My name is Tessa. I'm 27 years old. And until just a few weeks ago, I thought I had everything I ever wanted. I had a good job, a small group of close friends, and a fiancé named Daniel, who I truly loved. We were planning our wedding. The date was set. The dress was ready and our families were already getting excited. I had waited my whole life for a man like him. He was kind, smart, and had a strong career. Everyone said we were a perfect match. But everything changed because of one message. It happened on a Friday evening. Daniel was supposed to meet me for dinner after work, but instead he called and told me to meet him at a nearby park. I didn't think much of it. Maybe he had a surprise planned. When I got there, his face looked cold, strange, and distant. He didn't even say hello. He just handed me his phone and said, "Explain this." My hands shook as I read the message. It was a screenshot of a pregnancy report with my name on it. The paper said I was 12 weeks pregnant, and there was a note attached that read, "You should know what she's hiding from you." I froze. I had never seen this report before. It wasn't real. I wasn't pregnant. I tried to speak, but Daniel wouldn't let me. "You lied to me," he said all this time, and I had to find out from a stranger. "No. Daniel, I swear I didn't." I tried to explain, but he walked away. I stood there, heart pounding, staring at the ground as the wind blew around me. My wedding, my love, my future just shattered in a matter of minutes. And I had no idea who sent that fake report until the truth came out. And it crushed me, even more than Daniel's words. I didn't sleep that night. I just lay there in bed staring at the ceiling, playing that moment in the park over and over in my head. Daniel's face, his voice, the way he didn't even give me a chance to explain. It was like someone had taken my entire life and crushed it in their hands. By morning, my phone was full of messages. Daniel had blocked me, but my aunt, a few of our mutual friends, and even some coworkers had seen the news. Someone had leaked the fake pregnancy report online with the caption, "So much for true love." I couldn't breathe. I knew only a few people had access to the hospital where I once volunteered, and one of them, one of the very few, was my younger sister, Rena. At first, I didn't want to believe it. I had always tried to protect Rena. She was 2 years younger, wild, dramatic, and always chasing attention. But I loved her. I took care of her. I even paid for her college fees without telling her. Just so she wouldn't feel embarrassed in front of our parents, I even covered the electric bill at home every month. I told Mom and Dad that I was just helping a little. But in truth, I had paid almost everything for the past year. Rena had no idea I was the reason her lights stayed on, her internet never got cut, and her school books arrived on time. But now everything pointed to her. So I checked her room the next time she went out. She still lived at home, and tucked in her desk drawer under some makeup kits and concert flyers, I found a printed version of the same fake pregnancy report, the exact same one Daniel had shown me. I stood there holding the paper, my hands shaking. My own sister. My blood. She had done this to me. She had ruined my life. I didn't cry. I didn't scream. I just folded the paper neatly and placed it back. And I made a quiet decision. If she wanted to see what life looked like without me, then I would show her. I left the house the very next day. No fights, no drama, just silence. I packed 2 bags early in the morning while everyone was still asleep. My clothes, laptop, documents. And that's it. I didn't leave a note. I didn't owe anyone anything anymore. Before stepping out, I opened my banking app and canceled all the automatic payments. Her college tuition, the electricity bill, the internet, the grocery card. I had been covering nearly everything for months, and no one even knew. Not even a thank you. I moved into a small studio apartment across town. It wasn't fancy, but it was quiet, peaceful, and best of all, it was mine. For a few days, no one noticed I was gone. That's what hurt the most. But then came the calls, first from my mom, then from Rena, and finally from the college itself. They all wanted to know why the tuition payment had failed, why the lights had gone out, why the internet wasn't working. I didn't answer. Let them figure it out. A few days later, I got a message from an unknown number. It was Rena. "Hey, I don't know what's going on, but everything's falling apart. Can you please call me?" I stared at the screen for a while. No apology, no explanation, just panic because her comfort was gone. I didn't reply. She had faked a pregnancy to destroy my engagement. She had ruined my future and let me take the blame publicly. She deserved to feel the consequences. But deep inside, I knew this wasn't over yet. Because people like Rena, they don't break easily. They get desperate. And when that happens, things can turn ugly. 2 weeks passed, and I heard nothing but silence, until I got a call from my aunt. The only relative who had believed me when the fake pregnancy rumor exploded. She spoke softly, almost cautiously. "Tessa, your mom told me. Rena's in trouble. She's failing 2 classes. The college is threatening to drop her if her tuition isn't paid by the end of the month." I didn't say anything. I just listened. "They're behind on rent too, and your dad had to borrow money to pay the water bill." My chest felt tight, but I kept my voice calm. "I see," I said. "I hope they figure it out." There was a pause. "Tessa, they don't know? It was you paying everything? Do they?" "No. And I'd like to keep it that way." After the call ended, I sat alone in my little apartment staring out the window. I didn't feel proud or happy, but I wasn't going to be their doormat again. Then a message popped up on my phone. This time from Daniel. I hadn't heard from him since that night in the park. "Daniel, I owe you an apology. I've learned something you need to know." At first, I wanted to ignore him, but curiosity took over. We met at a coffee shop, both of us tense. He slid his phone across the table. There it was, security footage from the clinic where the fake pregnancy report had come from. A friend of his worked in hospital administration, and it helped him pull records after he kept thinking about what I said. The footage showed Rena walking into the clinic, printing something, signing a name. Mine. Daniel looked at me with deep regret. "I'm sorry I didn't believe you. I was hurt. But I should have asked for the truth instead of jumping to conclusions." I nodded slowly. "It's too late for us, Daniel. What's done is done." He accepted that, but then added something that surprised me. "You deserve to clear your name. If you ever want help making it public, I'll stand with you." For the first time in weeks, I felt a sense of power returning. Maybe it was time to stop hiding. Maybe it was time the world knew what really happened. That night, I stayed up late thinking I wasn't someone who liked drama. I hated attention, especially online. But the lies Rena told didn't.
Just ruined my relationship. They damaged my reputation, my peace, and my dignity. And she got to walk around like she was innocent. I decided it was time to speak up. So I made a video. I sat in front of my phone camera and pressed record. "Hi, my name is Tessa. You may have heard a rumor about me that I faked a pregnancy, lied to my fiancé, and ruined my own engagement. But that's not the truth. Here's what really happened. I told the whole story calmly, clearly, and with proof. Screenshots of payments I made for Rena's tuition receipts for bills. In my name, the footage of Rena at the clinic, I blurred her face and name for now. But the truth was clear. I ended the video with one line. Sometimes the people you love most will betray you without guilt, but healing begins when you stop protecting the ones who destroyed you. Then I posted it. I didn't expect much. Maybe a few friends would see it, but by the next morning, the video had over 200,000 views. Strangers were commenting, sharing, and tagging college pages. Women from all over messaged me to say they had gone through the same thing. Some even recognized Rena and left comments about her behavior in school. I didn't reply to any of it, but Rena did. She called me 12 times, then sent a long voice message filled with screaming, crying, and swearing. She was angry, but this time she had no power. Her mask had slipped, and people were finally seeing who she really was. After the video went viral, things began to move fast. Within 3 days, Rena's college emailed me formally. They requested a copy of the video and the payment receipts I sent them, everything they asked for. A week later, I got another message. Due to academic dishonesty and violation of student conduct, Rena Carter has been placed on academic probation with possible suspension pending review. It hit her harder than I expected. She tried to save face at first, posting fake apologies online. "I didn't mean to hurt anyone. I just wanted to protect my sister from the wrong man, but the comments under her posts told a different story. You lied and destroyed someone's life. Your sister paid for everything and you stabbed her in the back. This is why some people cut off family. You're the reason. The community we grew up in. Family, friends, neighbors. Even some teachers now saw the real story, and they weren't kind. At home, things got worse for her. My parents started calling me again, pretending they didn't know what Rena had done. My mom left a voicemail, acting like nothing had happened. Hi, sweetheart. We haven't seen you in a while. We miss you. Come by sometime? I didn't respond. I knew what they really missed. The money. Then one evening, my aunt called again. Tessa, your sister's been kicked out of her dorm, and your parents, they told her she needs to fix her own problems. They can't afford to help anymore. I was silent for a moment, so where is she now? Couch surfing, staying with classmates, some old friends, but no one's offering her more than a night or two. A strange feeling came over me. It wasn't happiness. It wasn't satisfaction. It was justice. I hadn't raised my voice. I hadn't taken revenge with violence or lies. I told the truth, and it was enough. I was finally free. It's been 6 months since the day everything fell apart and then came back together. After the video, I started getting messages from women around the country, people who had been lied to, blamed, or betrayed by their own families. Some were silent victims for years. Some were just looking for someone who would listen. That gave me an idea. I started a YouTube channel called The Quiet Escape. I told my story again, but this time in pieces, each part focusing on family betrayal, emotional recovery, and building boundaries. I also invited others to share their stories anonymously. To my surprise, the channel took off. I gained followers, fast people who saw strength in my silence and power in the way I handled the storm. Brands reached out, offering small sponsorships. A local magazine even did a feature on my story, titled, "The Sister Who Walked Away and Rose Higher." And through it all, I never heard from Rena again. The last I heard, she had dropped out of school. No one knew where she was living. Some said she tried to start a YouTube channel too, but no one wanted to hear from the villain of the story. As for Daniel, he sent one last message. I respect you more than I ever did before. I'll regret not trusting you for the rest of my life. I hope you find someone who sees your worth, the first time. I didn't reply. I had already closed that chapter. Now I live in a brighter apartment. I work for myself. I wake up each day, knowing that I owe no one anything, and I belong only to me. The pain, the betrayal, the lies. They didn't break me. They became my beginning. If you found this story powerful, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I share real stories that remind us it's never too late to walk away, speak the truth, and start over. Your support means everything. See you in the next video.